From Wall Street to Main Street, this is LALATE.
It's a big day of crypto here on LA as I'm back with top news about the top cryptocurrency coins of 2021 for you to buy. We'll be looking at a lot of coins in tonight's recording and understand why some coins had big runs in the last 7 days and other coins are just simply falling out of favor. Why is Bitcoin and Ethereum doing so nice in the last few days? AMP losing steam and Doge going sort of flat. Aave compound not going much of anywhere else. And Polygon actually going to the negative. Why are some coins having a nice run at the moment? And is this an indication that we're going lower or going higher? In tonight's recording and this overnight's recording of crypto, we'll be looking at a lot of coins across the board to get a sense of why it's a very splintered market in the last 48 hours and can continue that way for the rest of the week. We'll be looking at coins like Aave, which has had a nice run today, but not particularly every single day this week. Compound going the other direction. SushiSwap remaining relatively flat. AMP not delivering AMP 2.0. It didn't go to 12 cents this time. And then Bitcoin doing quite nicely, going from 29 to 39 just a few days. Ethereum going nicely from 1900 to 2300 in a few days. And then Doge relatively flat. And Polygon really doing much of nothing. We'll analyze all these coins for beginners in advance, show you how to make money even in a down market, if that's what it is, based upon my predictions, and understand where you could be going from here on out. It's a big night, it's a big overnight, and this is crypto here on LA. How are you? Thank you for joining me on the most successful crypto channel there is on YouTube now. 400,000 subscribers in a YouTube record in 1 year, fastest growing YouTube channel for crypto, and our overnight show from the, it actually ran for 2 nights, was our most watched crypto broadcast ever. I have no idea. It was just tens and tens of hundreds of thousands of people. It was just so many. I was just really, really blessed to have you all as a viewer. So subscribe. Let's get into all the details tonight. It's interesting because I really think you have to look at the 7-day chart to go over what's happening this week, because we have certain coins that are doing well for a day and then coming out of favor the next day. But I want you to broadly look at some coins with me again, because you'll see it's just not a market where everything is up and everything is down. It's a very strange market. Let's look first at Bitcoin. We're in one of the platforms, Gemini. We're looking at the 7-day chart. This is an up chart, clearly an up chart, flat for the last few hours. But I mean, what an impressive run. It started about 29 and it got to 40 and then pulled back. Pretty impressive. Let's look at Ethereum. Also quite impressive at the moment. So here is Ethereum, and it as a 7-day, it was about 1,900, but it was about 1,700 before that. Went as high as 2,300 just for a blip, and then came back down. Then we look at Doge, clearly not doing much in 7 days. This pop here is sort of a programmatic event, even though it's only 2 cents. And it's basically 20 to 19, relatively flat for 7 days. So not doing the same thing that Ethereum and Bit are doing. Then we look at Polygon. Much the same thing. Started the week at about 90, still at about $1. So it's really only a 10-cent move. So what's going on here, Ally? Well, we had that programmatic event a few days ago. If you were watching my shows in the last few days, I went over this. There was a programmatic event where a lot of people were holding Bitcoin, and they were holding it on debt, meaning they did not purchase with cash on hand. They borrowed to buy the position, and they were buying it with the hope that the coin was going to go down in value, and it was a bet. And their bet was going the wrong direction, because then out of nowhere there was a triple whammy. Tesla's owner, Square and Twitter's owner, and then ARK's owner, Cathie Wood, all said they liked Bitcoin within just a few hours. And that pushed Bitcoin up, caused a squeeze, and got those positions closed out. Because the positions were losing value too quickly, they had a programmatic sell and they got out. That caused a pop. That pop then caused a lot of coins. When you have that sell, that causes coins to go up. And then it caused other coins to go up, but that run was not sustainable. And that was a few days ago. I think it was like Monday or Tuesday. And then once that pulled back, people were still euphoric, excited that there was a nice run on Monday, Tuesday. And then come Wednesday, it delivered again. But the real beneficiary of this was Bitcoin, Ethereum. Everything else after that was sort of tangential, sort of extra benefit, not directly on point, because they were not the result of this closing out of positions. So, as a very complicated technical analysis of why that happened, do I think that coins are turning back into a more bullish market than where they were before? Not yet. I use two market indicators to gauge whether we're at a bull or bear position. And it clearly is Ethereum 2,500 or less, or Bitcoin 35,000 or less. Now, here's what you need to know. If you've been with this channel for long enough, it's important to remember numbers, because just like a football player, you may remember their stats, or a basketball player, you need to sort of remember, be acquainted with numbers. I just right off the top of my head can remember that last AMP run a few months ago, like a month ago, went from 3 cents to 12 cents in just a few days. You can remember it, 3 to 12. So when you see AMP at 8, you're like, yeah, but you didn't get to 12 this time. So you got to sort of remember numbers generally as they relate to you. For Bitcoin, when I look at Bitcoin, I say, yeah, 39 is a great number. I like it because it's above 35. I haven't seen this number in a while, but I'm not so excited about the Ethereum number, because 2,300 it represents a close close position to another number I know about Ethereum. What is that other number? 2,100. Ethereum went to 2,100 right before the last market crash. And it did that before the third market crash as well. So 2,100 was the start of the third market crash and start of the fourth market crash. So the fact that it's at 2,300 is nothing to celebrate about. It's just $200 above the last two market crashes, which were very, very pervasive markets, very enormous markets. So that's nothing to celebrate. Doge at 20 cents is also nothing to celebrate, because Doge went, it went as low as 16, 17, and 18. But the fact that it's rebounded from, 19 to 20 is 1 cent. Even 16, which was just a blip recently, 4-cent recovery, not much either. And this Doge price is below the last market crash numbers. And Polygon is even a better example of this. Polygon is a coin that, was $1.50 before the last market crashes. And the fact that it's $1 today doesn't mean really much of anything. Now, if you don't remember numbers, or you're new to coins, you'll start to get used to them. You don't have to know, if you're a beginner, you don't have to know 20 coins. But you'll see in my videos, I cover 1, 2, 3, 4. I cover about 9 coins to 11 coins per show. And I just sort of go back to those same 11 coins, and then I'll throw some new ones that sort of pop in here and there. So you don't have to know 50 different coins, but you generally get used to these numbers. And if you don't remember it, the more you look at it, the more you get used to it. Now, Aave, and before I get to Aave, then let's go back to Bitcoin and Ethereum and Doge and Polygon. What do I do with that? Nothing. What do you mean nothing? Yeah, you don't do anything with it. What, I don't make money on it? No. So I don't like buying Bitcoin at this position. I don't like buying Ethereum at this position. And I wouldn't buy Doge at 20 cents. I wouldn't buy Polygon at $1. Nothing is buyable there. Is there anything sellable? If you have Bitcoin, why would you be selling it? Maybe you bought it. If you have to get out of Bitcoin because you have to pay bills, then yeah, let's go over that analysis, which I don't do all the times. Would I sell Bitcoin at 40,000? Only if I bought it cheap and I have to pay bills. Otherwise, no, I'd hold Bitcoin. I have 2 positions I like long-term, 5 years or more. Bitcoin, Ethereum. I think Bitcoin is going to go 100,000. I think Ethereum is going to go to 10,000. So if you bought Bitcoin at, let's say, 22,000 last year or whatever, would I sell it now? No, unless you have to for bills. If you have to, this is a great level, folks. We've not seen 40,000 in many weeks. 100% my projection, you are not seeing 60,000 Bitcoin in the next few weeks. Just not going to happen. The likelihood you see 26,000 is very high. The likelihood you see 60,000 is next to nil. So if you need to get out of Bitcoin, 40,000 is a great price to get out. It's just a great price. But if you don't have to get out, don't be getting out of Bitcoin. Just hold it. Now, Ethereum, would I buy Ethereum at this level? Absolutely not. I told you I like Ethereum at a lower level, and it's got to those lower levels, so you would have bought it then. But I still like Ethereum even lower than that. Would I sell Ethereum? Unless you absolutely have to. It's not a particularly good number to sell it at, and unless you have to, I don't know, pay a bill that really has to be due and you don't have money for it, then I would absolutely hold Ethereum. Now, would I buy either of these at these positions? No. Where would I buy them? And where do I think they're going? Despite everything that you may look at charts and say, this Bitcoin chart looks really good this week, Ally, and this Ethereum chart looks sort of bland, but doesn't look bad. Am I changing my position? No, I'm not. I'm still seeing it as a bear market. I'm sorry. I'm still seeing that Bitcoin will be going to 26 to 28,000 in the next 2 to 3 weeks. I just see it happening. And then when PCR speaks, People's Republic of China, I see it going to sub 25. For Ethereum, I see it going to about a 15 to an 1800 before PCR speaks in the next 2 weeks, and then going sub 1500. I think that people tend to forget things. Even in a very fast society we live in, they tend to forget things. And I think there may be a lot new players that are coming into crypto space in the last few weeks. And when they hear Cathie Wood from ARK and Elon Musk from Tesla and Dorsey from Twitter and Square, all within a few hours say, I love Bitcoin. And then suddenly they sort of take that as, oh, I'm going to go buy some Live Pierce coin. I just sort of think that there's this sort of forgetfulness that happens because we've done this before. We've done this before. We did this in May where, Elon was talking on Tuesday and it goes up, and talking on a Wednesday it goes up, and talking on Thursday it goes up, and then he doesn't talk for a month. And everyone's like, but I just sense Elon's going to say something. You don't buy based upon one guy talking about your coin. I don't know who does that. No one does that unless you don't have a brain cell. You don't buy an investment because one person said something. Here's an analysis. Let's choose a stock. I don't care which stock you want to choose. Facebook. There's 50 analysts from brokerage houses that get paid fortunes, 7 figures to analyze stocks. They come out with a report every day. And one may not like Facebook, one may love it, one may trash talk it. You don't change the whole universe based upon one person talking. And what if, someone appears on broadcast news, I adore Facebook. Well, you don't buy it based upon one person's statement. But when it comes to crypto, everyone seems to forget that's what people did in the spring, and they lost their shirts on it. They bought and sold based upon 2 or 3 people talking. And you can't do that. You can't do that. So would I buy Bitcoin at these levels? No. Ethereum at these levels? No. Would I wait to buy? Absolutely. Which of the two would I prefer to buy? Ethereum, because if you buy it at 1,500 and it goes to 10,000, that's 9 times your money approximately. If you buy a Bitcoin at 25,000, 26,000, and it goes to 100,000, that's only 4 times your money. 4 times your money ain't anything in 5-year position. I can get that for you in a stock in a few months. So that's 4 times your money is not a lot of position. So with those 2 coins doing really well, what are the other coins doing? Spoiler, not as well. So let's go to the other coins right now. We have our anomaly coins. Why do I call them anomaly coins if you're new to this channel? There were a series of coins that had a big, bold, beautiful run, which I think was now almost 3 weeks ago. It started with Aave and Compound, sister and brother in types of movement. Then they were joined by Decentraland, Sushi Swap, and Synthetic. You sort of have to remember these events. It's sort of like, do you remember that basketball game when LeBron did that with this? But you have to sort of remember these things. And so it happened about 4 weeks ago. It was a beautiful run. And then my viewers got in and out, tripled their money. It did not replicate itself recently. And, Aave had a very nice run. I think it went up not a full double your money, but 1.5. But the others didn't. So let's look and see what they're doing tonight as well. Here we go. So here is Aave. Let's go out a little bit further. We have to go out to 3 months to see this run. So Aave went from, here we go. Aave went from 180, 200, all the way up to 300. So you put $200 in, you got 300. It was wonderful. Then it came back down, and then it had another pop, but that pop was not as much. So let's see what it did. It really, let me see if I can go pull out a little further here. So there you go. So there's actually, I had the wrong chart. So here's Aave. It went 179 to 300. Then it went back down to 220. And I told viewers to get back in because it went up again to 316. And if you sold good. If you did not sell, you're fine because it's only down $16. So that was a repeat, not as robust as the first time. Again, 180 to 300. What a beautiful run. I mean, that's 330 actually. That's almost double your money. Then I told viewers to do it again at 220 and get out at 316. But if you didn't and you're still in, you're fine because you're only down $10. Now Compound did this once but did not do it a second time. Very strange because its first chart was the same as Aave. Its first chart 235 then went to 500, which is just incredible. That's double your money. Then it went down to 314. And it did not do it again. It only went up it went down to 315 and it went up to 415. So $100 on a $300 coin is only 30%. I mean, maybe you're happy with that. I'm not very happy with that. SushiSwap also just really did not have enough legs to do this twice. You can see it was a $5. Let me go out a little further. There, I don't know if I can grab it here. It was a $5 coin. It went to 9. Then it went down to 6, and it didn't do it again. I want to pull up AMP. There it is. Perfect timing. So AMP was the coin that we thought, will it be doing AMP 2.0? AMP went on a run of 3 cents to 12 cents in less than 5 days over about 2 months ago. What did it do just recently? It tried to have another run. And where'd it go from 4 cents? And how high did it go? 8 cents. So that's great. I mean, that's double your money. But it did not head to 12. And here's what's also interesting. It went to 8 here, then fell back to 6, and then made another run to 8. Do I think it's going to go to 12? No, unless there's some other market force that brings this market higher. So it's a double your money run, just not what you had hoped for. So, am I changing my approach or advice on this market? No, I'm not. I think the devaluation of coins is still at issue. You notice a reoccurring theme with those coins? You saw Bitcoin doing really nicely, 29 to 39, hitting to 40, coming back to 39. And you saw Ethereum, coming up, improving. But you saw the other coins just sort of all over the place, up and down and up and down and up and down. And I'm showing you good coins. I'm not showing you the bad coins. There's not a lot of support in this market. There's not a lot of support in this market. And if you saw one overwhelming sentiment in broadcast media, which ultimately gets a lot of coverage when they run this story, they say crypto is getting less exciting for people. It's getting less the euphoria, the peer pressure-ish of it, the inherent excitement, the fire underneath our feet is just not like it was. Obviously. Why? Because if you look at a chart from January to May and it's like this, and it's up 3,000%, and you don't have to do anything, and you put, 100, I made this video enough. I have a reality TV star friend who certainly posts on social media. It's not private information. She put $800 in Doge. She got out $100,000. I mean, that's a wonderful time in your life. You put $800 in, you get $100,000. Nothing's doing that. Nothing's even close to doing that. I mean, maybe if you put $800 in, you get $1,600 back, but you're not getting $16,000 back, and you're not getting $160,000 back. So that time is past. Is that time coming back? Not this summer. Not this summer. So what is coming back? Are you saying that if I put $16,000, I'm going to get less? Yeah. And I've been right. And as coins devalue, they don't always go straight down. I made that point 4 weeks ago. The devaluation of this market started in May, and it's far from over. It's going to continue to downtrend. But as you go down, you don't go straight down. People always think that everything is straight down, and people often think that when you see a positive week or a week up or 3 days up, that the end of the negativity has ended. The end of the bear run has occurred, the bear fall. Let me use an example of a pen. That if you're like down, and then suddenly go up for like 5-6 days like this. Oh, we're done with it. We're coming back to normal. We're just wonderful. We're coming back. No, you're just, you're up 4-5% for the week. You're down like 60% for the last 3 months. So let's go into the split screen so we understand on CoinMarketCap how pervasive the down market still is, and then how you have to really be, you can't just sort of work in a rose-colored glasses balloon effect where you say everything's always wonderful. It's not wonderful. So let's look at the split screen right now on CoinMarketCap. Let's see where more coins than even Gemini has are doing today. So if we go into coinmarketcap.com, we're going to click on the third column, which says 24H, which refers to 24 hours. What is the best performing coin in the last 24 hours? Well, ironically, we don't even have we only have 2 coins more than 12% up in the last 24 hours. That's not good. So Solana's up 11%, Rune is up 20%, and Quant, which I've detailed a lot on this channel, is up 40%. And that's it. Everything else is up single digits in the last 24 hours. The whole market is only up less than 1% today. Let's look at how low coins are. So there's no coin that's down double digits today. The worst performing coins are down 5%. Let's look at the 7-day. So Quant, AXS, and AMP are the best performing coins the last 3 days. Ironically, those are the same 3 coins I've talked about in the last, 10 recordings. AMP, AXS, and Quant. Now they've lost some of their gains, but because AMP was at 8 cents and AXS was up a lot more. Quant is up 87%, 86%. X is up, AXS is up 83%. I think it was up 100% just a few days ago. What's the worst performing coins for the 7-day? Compound. Wow. Compound is the #1 worst performing coin in the last 7 days, but it's only down 5%. So a relatively flat market. We don't see double-digit down coins. Now, what does this do for us? It doesn't give us opportunity to make profits. Why? What happens is there's 2 opportunities to make money in a market, even if it's devaluing market. #1, buying and flipping, or #2, day trading. Shorter one is day trading, a longer one is flipping. Let's go over the 2 opportunities for you starting right now. The first one is what I call day trading. It's where you buy a coin that's up 18% for the last in the 24-hour run. You look at the chart and you say, I think I can get another 20% out of this coin, even though it's already up 18%. You buy the coin, then you run it as far as you can run it. Maybe you get to that 20%, and you expect to get out of the position within a day and a half. If it gets that 20% in an hour and starts a downtrend, you get out. If it's still up, you stay in. Then, if it's still up after a day and a half and it's not downtrending, then you roll it into the second opportunity, which is called day trading, which is a 3-day position. Same approach, same entrance, same exit. The only difference between day trading and flipping is that day trading exists really in an up and down market, and flipping only really exists in a pervasively up market. Basically a Monday or Tuesday this week where every coin was up. Then you sort of get in and then you sort of make the run. Here's what you need to know is that on flipping the 3-day position, after 2 days, you're going to really have to be attentive to get out, because it's going to eventually tank. And when it tanks very fast. By the 3rd day, it's going to end its run. You got to get out. In the case of flipping, sometimes the run, it gives you that run of 20% just an hour and then downturn. So you got to get out. Both of those opportunities, you have to be prepared and attentive to the coin, because you can't go on a hiking trip and lose internet connection for 3 days and come back and say, oh, wait a second, all my profits are gone. Because it's crypto. Crypto moves very quickly. But here's the problem, is that if you saw in those charts before, there was no coin that is particularly delivering those types of movements at the moment. Let's go into Gemini, for example. So we're going to click on the 3rd column, and rank the best performing coins right now. Let's see which coin is giving us the opportunity to maybe day trade or flip. We're clicking on the 24-hour chart and seeing which coin is up the most. So, excuse me, not, we want to do the percentage chart. So Loom is up 47%, Kyber Networks up 15, which I've detailed a lot, Scale 13, 14, and Solana. So nothing's a candidate here. Why? Solana, Scale, and Kyber are still only sub 18%. But I'm going to watch them. I'm going to watch them because if they break to 18, then I want to know them and know if I want to get in. Moreover, they may pique my interest now. So at this point, I may look at Kyber's chart and understand, okay, can I get another 20% if it gets to 18%? It's not there yet, but I'm ready to get in if it gets to 18. Loom is too high at 47%, so no reason to enter now because it's already done that run. You don't want to enter too late in the ball game. As we go into the weekend, it's going to be a very interesting weekend. I really just think so. Because Friday is just upon us, and you know that Friday generally downtrends. Coming into Friday evening, then starts to pick up. Saturday is the highest day of the entire week into about 11 a.m. And then we downtrend Saturday afternoon into Sunday evening. So understand that tomorrow, Friday, will potentially give you big opportunities to day trade. You may really see cheap prices on that Friday night and get ready to, well, Friday afternoon, and get ready to see if there's a pop late Friday afternoon to get in and then ride it to Saturday morning and get out. That was the big opportunity last weekend. Last weekend's opportunity was Friday to Saturday. And then for some people who didn't sell on Saturday and sold on, I think it was Monday evening, then they made even more money because Sunday was not that down. I'll say that again. Last week, it was Friday buy and sell on Saturday, but some people didn't sell, would not have sold on Saturday because Sunday was not that low. It didn't come down that much, even though it did come down, because Monday was really strong. It was almost as strong as Saturday. If you did sell on Saturday, you could also buy back on Sunday night and get out on Monday. So let's see if that happens this weekend. I'm really excited to see what's going to be happening. I'll be broadcasting more with you this weekend to see these movements. And with that, subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this channel. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like this video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. I'll see you 3 times a day. Mornings Crypto live on air at 9:30. Overnight's Crypto starting at 3:30. And evening's Crypto at 7 o'clock on some nights. Stay informed, stay focused, have a beautiful evening, and stay with LA for more.